Unboxing a massive new kitchen appliance only to realize it will permanently take over your last square foot of counter space is incredibly frustrating. Getting the right air fryer depends on your physical kitchen boundaries more than the heating power or the marketing specs. Buy a massive 14-quart roasting system for a cramped apartment, and you'll quickly lose all your prep space. Within a month, that oversized machine ends up banished to a hall closet, completely unused. On the flip side, grabbing a budget 2-quart model to feed a family of 4 forces you to spend 45 minutes running back-to-back batches. That defeats the purpose of a fast-cooking appliance. This decision tree maps the top models of 2026, plotting your household size against available counter space. We trace paths from hyper-efficient setups for solo living all the way to heavy-duty appliances handling massive family dinners. Pinpointing exactly where you fall on this map ensures your money buys actual daily utility rather than an expensive piece of countertop clutter. We'll start at the ultra-compact end of the spectrum with the Cosori 2.1-quart and the DEIME 3-quart models. These are engineered for dorm rooms, recreational vehicles, and single-person apartments where you do not have a single inch of permanent counter space to spare. The Cosori Lite maximizes physical efficiency. At under 5 pounds, it's lightweight enough to lift in and out of a cabinet every time you cook, without any physical strain. It also pairs with an app-based recipe ecosystem. If you are entirely new to air frying and don't have an intuitive feel for how long frozen vegetables or chicken thighs should cook, the guided instructions handle the math for you. If you want a slightly larger but even simpler budget option, the DEIME 3-quart model drops the complex digital menus entirely. It relies on direct one-click function buttons to get your food cooking immediately. That immediate start is literal. The DEIME requires almost zero preheating time, making it useful on busy weeknights when you want dinner on the table right away. Both models use a top-down airflow design. Because the heating element and fan are positioned directly over a very small, tight chamber, the hot air moves efficiently across the food for a fast, crispy finish. But these dimensions create a hard physical limitation. You cannot batch cook with these units. If you try to overcrowd the small basket to feed a group, you block that crucial airflow and end up with soggy, unevenly cooked food. They also top out at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. That's plenty of heat for frozen snacks or basic reheating, but you won't get a deep restaurant-quality sear on a thick steak or a heavy cut of protein. Choosing this tier means trading high-volume cook-in for a machine that fits inside a backpack or tucks away under a small cabinet. Moving up the scale, we hit the mid-size tier with the Bella 6-quart and the Chefman 7-quart. These are built for households feeding 3 to 6 people, situations that need volume but cannot sacrifice an entire kitchen layout to get it. See how the Bella solves the footprint problem. Instead of a bulky square box, it compresses into a narrow rectangle, retaining a full 6-quart capacity. You can cook 5 pounds of food in a single batch, feeding the family without dominating counter space. Bella also coats that basket in a completely PFAS and PTFE-free ceramic. For families trying to limit exposure to the chemicals found in traditional nonstick materials, this provides a highly effective, non-toxic alternative. The trade-off is financial.
You're paying a premium price point of around $80 to secure that ceramic coating and the intentional matte finish aesthetic. If you care less about modern kitchen aesthetics and more about raw cooking speed, you look at the Chefman TurboFry 7-quart. The Chefman boasts a mechanical sealing of 450 degrees Fahrenheit. That extra 50 degrees of headroom is exactly what you need to rapidly achieve a heavy golden brown crust on breaded chicken or thick fries. It also features a dedicated frozen food protocol. You drop frozen ingredients straight in, and the machine automatically runs a low-heat defrost cycle before ramping up to maximum temperature for a crispy finish. Chefman adds an illuminated viewing window, letting you monitor delicate items without opening the basket and venting all your cooking heat into the room. Pushing a 1750-watt appliance requires serious power, so Chefman includes strict auto shutoff features. The moment you pull the basket out in a chaotic, busy kitchen, the heating element instantly cuts power. This tier forces a clear decision. You can choose the Bella to prioritize non-toxic materials and space-saving design, or you can choose the Chefman to prioritize high heat and automated frozen food capability. Then we reach the extreme end of the spectrum. The Gourmia 14-quart all-in-one functions as a complete countertop cooking system, capable of taking over the duties of your standard wall oven. At 14 quarts, the internal volume is massive. You can roast multiple side dishes and a main course simultaneously in a single, uncrowded load without blocking the airflow. That space allows an internal rotisserie spit. The motor spins a whole chicken continuously in hot air, creating a perfectly even, self-basting crust. It also features a unique temperature floor, dropping all the way down to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. That unlocks sustained, low heat functions, letting you easily dehydrate fresh fruit or make homemade beef jerky. To manage all this functionality, Gourmia provides 12 one-touch presets. You don't have to guess the ideal roasting time for a whole bird or a tray of dehydrating apples. The system is calibrated to handle the timing for you. But the physical penalty is real. This unit demands a 15 by 16-inch footprint. It requires a permanent, dedicated section of your counter space, dictating the flow and utility of your kitchen layout. Purchasing this unit is a commitment to a new primary cooking engine. You are sacrificing significant physical counter space to secure the maximum level of culinary versatility. This chart shows what the real decision looks like. Ultimately, your purchase shouldn't be based on a list of flashy features, but entirely on your physical boundaries, balancing the counter space you require against your actual feeding capacity. Down in the low space, low capacity quadrant, we place the Cosori and the DEIME. These belong strictly in dorms, RVs, and solo living apartments. Pushing into the mid-space, high capacity zone, we find the Bella and the Chefman. These hit the sweet spot for households running daily family meal prep without unlimited counter space. And up at the extreme peak of high space and high capacity sits the Gourmia. It's for those willing to trade permanent counter real estate for a total oven replacement. If you buy outside your true quadrant, you end up facing daily frustration from endless batch cooking, or you wind up with an appliance permanently buried in a closet. Ignore the marketing hype. Assess exactly how much physical space you have to spare, determine how many people you feed daily, and buy the machine that matches your kitchen reality.